Question.
If I was going to start a hive in my backyard, is there an ideal time of year and a position for it?
There's a little saying about swarms, and I'll get back to that. There's a saying about swarms, and a swarm in May is worth
Load of hay.
load of hay. And a swarm in June is worth a silver spoon. A swarm in July is not worth a fly. So you start in the spring, and we might get ours early in April, and package especially. And so in the spring is the best. If you would pick up a swarm right now, you might get some honey, but it'd be doubtful unless you have an alfalfa field or sweet clover or something like that, and alfalfa, second cutting, third cutting, if you let it blossom, Jerry and I don't use that very often. Jerry and here. They cut just before blossom because that's high protein. But if you let the second cut bloom, the bees will visit. That's what I'm counting on. My bees are located on my son-in-law's farm. So my question is, earlier in the spring you can get it at that.
If you caught a swarm now, and it would be iffy, but if you started from scratch, this is a whole other story about what goes on inside. But if they had to produce all this foam and everything from scratch, you probably could. They probably would produce enough food to get them through the winter. No,
Possibly.
possible.
Yeah, because go to that chart, 22 days for the worker to mature, and then another 2 weeks duties in the hive. So you add another 14 days. There's 36 days before they ever go out and bring in a nectar. So you see the timing? Now, as well, see, they're timed with flowers too. And the black locust is just blooming or finished blooming. The basswood right now is just blooming. So you're going to miss both of those. Sweet clover will come on very shortly. Alfalfa, as I say, you can cause that nectar by leaving the blossom second cutting. The reason I say keep emphasizing second and third cutting. The first cutting, the bee's tongue isn't long enough to reach the nectar.
You have all the questions. I always said I'm an ex-school teacher. You probably can tell from carrying on, and he's an ex-professor. He's up there. It's surprising how well we get along with each other.
Well, he taught too. He taught.
If you continue to be interested in this, there are a lot of good books that are elementary. And I would suggest you go on the computer, or if you don't do that, get some younger relative that is professional at that. One place on Google, you just type in honeybees. But there are several good books out there. Surprisingly, there are a number of books that are written by women that are beekeepers. And so I would highly recommend Barnes & Noble in La Crosse has a number of books, and
B&B.
yeah, B&B has some too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it's Apiculture magazine. There are two magazines out. What's his name? Ken Bolton has written a couple of books for elementary type beginning beekeepers. and one of them is fairly reasonable, $10. But if you go on the internet, you may find used books or something that are really cheap.
Okay, so I have some questions like about this, like you mentioned about the temperature, and I just wonder since it's indoors and air conditioning,
Yeah.
and you know, it is kind of near a window, but then we have artificial lighting. Does that affect this beehive at all then?
Oh, this one normally is always covered.
Okay, so is it always gonna stay covered now? Will we
It's going to
open
stay
it up?
covered excepting when there's some kind of a program or
Like
something.
right
Okay.
now. But if you can keep that covered, it's much nicer because they like to keep the queen somewhere above 85. They usually say 95 degrees. Well, put your hand right here. Now put your hand up here. Is there any difference?
Yes.
Okay, and so they try to keep it warm. And all you do is just put your hand on the glass, just lightly, and put your hand up here. You'll definitely notice the difference in temperature. They like to have it warm where the queen is at. And like I said, they like to have it somewhere around 95 degrees. And yeah, they can get down to 85. One of the bad things about shipping queens is when they ship them very often, they ship them by airplane and they don't put them in the passenger place to put them down underneath. And the temperature can get down to 40 degrees or less. Not good for them.
And those top two frames, that's all capped honey on top there. And I don't know how this is going to work. I just helped put it together. But whether they're going to try and keep that alive through the winter or not, you asked.
Yes.
And so what the bees will do, the queen will quit laying probably in September, October for sure. And then as they don't have any food below, then they'll gradually work up, and so bees will always go up. And so if you're going to have bees that survive, you always have to have food on top of them. Okay, and so it depends. I don't know. What do you think, Oscar? Do you think that that's enough honey for them to survive through the winter with those two frames?
You're still going to have those.
Well, if they
Yeah.
continue to feed them.
I don't know, because I have what they call a nuke, and it's half the size, and people do keep these over winter. I don't know, Ken, did you ever put them in a nuke when you put them in the basement?
No, there were regular hives in the basement,
Which is 1 deep, right?
1 deep up.
And that's 10 frames, that's 6 more than this. And
Just the honey that was in those frames that they survived. That was back in the days before mites, so.
yeah.
Quick question back here. Can they survive on sugar water and for how long?
It'll be there all the time.
I can't give you any kind of a time, but I would say
I've heard of
6 weeks and probably.
I've heard of beekeepers that just use sugar water for their bees.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, well, if it works.
That's what we have in the bottle.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
have two sugar to 1 water,
Mm-hmm.
and they can live quite a period of time on that.
Okay.
But if they have honey, you have vitamins, you have all kinds of minerals and things in the honey.
But they do have to make their own honey though to get that then. And they will be using their own honey for that. They will use their own honey that they make for that.
Yeah.
So they will have to have that supplemented.
If you try to feed their own honey back to them, I thought you always have to do this. I don't know why.
Well, you have to do this, cut us off forever. We can go forever.
And then you put it in a jar like that for feeding.
Okay.
I have very poor luck.
Because they probably
feeding
should
them
look at
honey
the
back,
observation height.
unless you dilute it.
Okay.
But,
You don't have to dilute it very much, but then you can feed it.
okay, I'll cancel this, and I'll turn it
I
over
was
to
gonna
you.
say, you were talking about the drones, I was looking to see if there were drones in here, and there are.
Time to throw the
And one of
drones
the
out.
interesting things is in the fall, say about October, you stand here, and then you watch these bees, and if there are drones, these females will grab them and take them out. And they'll drag them out. And if they try to get back in, and if the male is persistent, they sting them. Which means that the worker's gonna die too. But they don't want a male in there, because what does he do? Nothing.
Nothing.
He has no job. What? They eat. They just, boy, that food is good. That's why I married a good cook. Why else did I marry her? Okay.
The lady says we can shut up.
You see how we are?
I love the enthusiasm of you, gentlemen. Don't you guys? I just want to let everybody know that Mr. Ken Bart.
Hey, I'm just looking to, get some quick video footage here, and I'm toasting on the Queen. So where's the Queen?
Right there.
Okay.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, they're all around her.
Yes. And she's checking out the cell so that she can back into it and lay another egg.
Wow. Quite a colony.
It really is. It's a healthy looking event.